Um, I guess because I am a bit of a geek for historic climbing and exploration and Scott and all of that, I'm not going to ask the obvious question of whether you think Mallory Irvine got to the top. I'm going to say, would it matter to you if it was ever proven that they did?
Well, I think I'd be surprised
Yeah.
because you know, I mean, there's no question that George Mallory was really the great high altitude climber of his generation. He was obviously very strong and skilled, but there's just so many things that we do know about their attempt that make it look very, very unlikely. You know,
Yeah.
it was late in the day, running low on oxygen.
Yeah.
The difficulty of the second step. I mean, everyone climbs the second step these days by going up an aluminium ladder.
Yeah.
Obviously, that didn't exist.
No.
And, you know, it was rock climbing at a high grade. So there's just so many reasons why it seems infinitesimally unlikely.
Unlikely. It's a great romance, isn't it, of Everest, that story?
Oh, no, it will be. It always will be. And, you know, Mallory was the man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there's certainly no evidence to suggest that he got there that we've come across.
But also, I don't know if it makes too much of a difference because, like, when you stand on the summit of a mountain, there's this great thrill of accomplishment.
Yeah.
But there's also kind of the fear of exposure. You're in a very delicate position, and you really are only halfway there.
And didn't Sir Edmund say, I'm sure I read an interview when they said, what's the most important thing you've got to do when you get to the top? And he said, get back down again.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, this is true.
Exactly. I told you I'm a geek, I read those sorts of things. Yeah. So over the next 5 to 10 years and the brand, where would you love to see it go? I mean, obviously, I know you're talking about the women's brand, China, the US, the UK. You know, where would you love to see this brand of clothing go? Because they look amazing. Where would you love to see that go in the next sort of 10 years or so?
Well, obviously, we wanted to expand, to have much more outlets, both shared outlets and dedicated stores. But look, like with any brand, I mean, just from the commercial perspective, you want to feel that you've gained a level of sustainability, you know, that your turnovers are pretty secure, you're understanding your market, when the prime times are, you know, locations, are you in resort areas, that type of thing. So we're still in process, and that's the importance of this investment round, to give us the funds so that we can extend the reach to other areas to maximize turnovers. So it's an important development stage. I'd say to any of your listeners that if someone wants to be involved in an exciting development, to consider getting involved with this investment. You know, it's been going for nearly a year now. We've been very pleased with the headway it's made. It needs to take a next step. It's an exciting piece of history, beautiful garments. Come on, get involved in the expedition of the clothing brand. So,
fantastic advert. I love it. So I've got one last question. I live in Cumbria. I'm just a few miles from Kendal. I've got to ask. You know, we love Sir Edmund for eating it on top of the mountain. Do you guys still take Kendal Mint Cake?
You know, I was just going through my office, and Alexander will be shaking his head at this.
Oh, I was eating that stuff, and it's super old, but I ate some just recently.
And I just found a few blocks, and it's been sitting there for ages. But no, we do. And at some of the anniversaries, I've ordered a whole lot of Kendal's Mint Cake, and it's been fun, very nostalgic.
Actually, we should take some to Nepal.
Yeah.
Particularly the chocolate-covered stuff. It's
stuff. Yeah.